slowly.
Good morning, all viewers. This is Dr. Ravi Kumar, heading the Department of Computer Science and Engineering from Vidyavardhaka College of Engineering, Mysore. Now, today, in this particular webinar, I'll be talking about a topic, opportunities for technical institution to create industry-ready students. Basically, I divided this presentation into three things. One is why I need to have this particular things in my institution, how we are going to take this, taking some questions and concluding the session by saying that what are the advantages of having these academic program in your institution. To begin with, the question comes why I should do this program in the institution. Now, you know that nowadays unemployability has become a challenging task for most of the technical institutions. If you ask me the question why this unemployability has come into picture, because you know that in most of the institutions are affiliated to the universities, and the curriculum which is available in the most of the universities are outdated. And you know that now it is Industry 4.0, which expects lots of changes in the curriculum, which required by the most of the industries. So, and since most of the universities they revise their curriculum once in 4 years, so they will not be in a position to read the. I mean to say that read their requirement of the industry. That's first thing. And the second thing is lack of practical applications. You know that most of the courses or the engineering courses are designed using theory things rather than practical things. You know that a student who joined with a higher ranking, who also studies the entire 4 years with theoretical concepts. So basically, you are training your students on the theoretical things rather than practical oriented. So lack of practical application. That's the second reason. The third reason is lack of industry exposure. You know that you will not give an opportunity for the students to work in an industry. For example, even though you have a internship in your curriculum, so that will not serve the students because most of the time that has been taken very lightly by the academicians. So because of that, there is a lack of industry exposure. And you know that most important thing is most of the companies expect a proper communication. So there is a lack of communication skill. So this requires an improve of communication skill also. And the last thing is rote learning. You know that the people, the guy who joins to the leading institution like IITs, IIScs, or conducting the, you can say that conduct the test is of manual. Like you say that they'll be taking the test of like CET, other exams. Through that, they will join the many leading institutions also. Because of that, what happens is there is a lack of it's a routine learning, so that there is no application-oriented things will come into picture. Because of all these things, there is a huge unemployability has come exist. But all said and done, you know that the people who graduated from Indian engineering institution, there is a lot of opportunity for the people who graduate from the Indian institutions because they learn a lot of things on their campus. To achieve all these things, I would like to suggest you to consider a few of the academic alliance program, which I'm going to talk about in this webinar. So this academic alliance program will bridge the gap between industry and academia. So in this particular industry academia program, I'll be talking about basically 6 different academic programs which help the institution to bridge the gap between industry and academia and making your students to be industry ready. So let me talk about these 6 one by one. Let me start with GitHub. You know that Git is an open source version control system, and GitHub is used by more than 50 million developers to work in a collaborative environment. What do you mean by collaborative environment? You know that GitHub provides you can say that a repository. A developer develops this application and keep that developed application in the repository. That particular application used by many developers in the organization, and they look into that and they can update it. They can you can say that they'll have a different version of the developed applications. So this is one kind of collaborative environment which happens in most of the industries. But if you ask the question how these things will be learned by students when they are in the campus, for that, so GitHub provides around 300 plus developer tools. Being in campus, students can able to use those developing tools to learn this collaborative environment. As I mentioned earlier, the students can able to develop their own applications. They can place that application in a repository, which can be used by many of their peers as well as by own others outside the institution also. So what I mean to say that, so this creates a learning environment to the students to develop their own idea in a you can say that a collaborative environment. So this will enhance the students to learn many tools before they join the industry. So there is a program called Campus Expert program by GitHub, which identifies such students who are very active in this GitHub. So adding on to that, if you ask me what are the advantage of having this GitHub to the students. So as I mentioned earlier, a student places its developed application in the repository. So that is used by some other developer also. This will increase their profile. I mean to say that the GitHub rank each and every students or each and every person who work in this collaborative environment based on their how they are active. Based on that, they will rank the students. So this ranked information, they can add it as an advantage in their profile. So basically, you know that in most of the industries nowadays, they will not look into the entire profile. Rather than that, what they will do is they will look into this GitHub profile, and they will come to know that how actively a student has developed various applications, how actively the developed application is being used by other developer also. So this has given an advantage for the students to getting into a company very much faster. And also, as I said, they become industry ready. They'll be used in the industry much faster than the guy who has not been trained under these tools. So this is an advantage of an added advantage to the student to showcase their talent in the their profile. So not only the academic partnership not only gives advantage to the students, but it also gives many advantage to the faculty members also. Even being a faculty member, what you can do is you can have your own repositories, and you can develop your application, and you can place that application on the repository, so that can be used by your own peers, or it can be used by students of other institution or your own students. So once again, it will help you to showcase your talent also to the outside world also. There is an advantage for the faculty also. So coming on to the having this GitHub on our institution, as I mentioned, there are a lot of advantage for the students to create this learning environment. What we did is we have created an open source lab where the students participate very actively, and most of the students who are in this OSL lab have their own GitHub account. Because of that, they start developing their own applications, and because of that, what happened is a few students who have worked in this GitHub have been participated in a national level hackathon like a Smart India hackathon. You might have heard that AICTE and MHRD together they conducted an event. In that, they have what I mean to say that they won the prize worth of 1.75 lakh, and also a few students have because of this learning environment, they have interacted with the outside world. Because of that, they have participated in an international fest like Mozilla Fest, and also few students have cleared Google Summer Code who have worked in this particular environment. I mean to say that if you do all these things, definitely it will help your students to getting into a very good company, or they will be ready to use in industry. These are the advantage of using the GitHub in your campus. Let me go with another three academic partnership. So you can say that Google provides many support for cloud. So I mean to say that I'll be talking about cloud programs supported by many industries. So I've experienced that in 2010 when I asked a question to a student, what is a cloud? So sometimes, you believe it or not, the students looked into the sky and said that the cloud is available in the sky. So then that was the situation in 2010 to 12. But now that's not the situation. Now the situation has changed a lot. So because many industries like Google, Amazon, and for that matter, Microsoft also provides lots of learning resources to the students when they are on the campus. So, as I mentioned, there are basically three things. Basically, three things have been considered, especially for cloud. And there are basically main three companies, as I mentioned: Google, AWS, and Microsoft. I'll be taking one by one now. Let me start with Google. Now, Google provides a Google Cloud Readiness Program. So the name itself says that Career Readiness Program. So what do you mean by Career Readiness Program? So before they join to the industry, Google wants to see that the students are ready at the institution level itself. So how this can happen at the institution level? So as I said, it's an academic alliance program. So Google supports, it gives lots of free courses like Coursera, where students can able to learn most of the cloud related things using these courses. For that, Google provides free courses through Coursera. To motivate the students to clear these certificates, what the Google does is it conducts an event called Google Study Jump. The people from Google, they come to the campus, they explain about the benefit of learning these courses through Coursera, and then it means that Google provides a kind of support or motivation to students to clear these certifications. So these are the benefits you get it from Google towards the certification. Similarly, Google provides lots of access to their Quick Lab, Google Cloud Lab. The question is why they give all these access to the students. So basically, what is required is the student has to be experienced, as I said earlier. So theoretical is not important. So it is important how practically they know about the things which they learned when they are on the campus. For that, so they give all this access like Quick Labs, Google Cloud Lab. Because of that, so the students will be able to upload the data onto the cloud. They can download the data from the cloud, and they understand how the things works with respect to the cloud. All these things will learn by the students when they are at the campus. Basically, I say that the students will be able to understand the cloud-related things when they are on the campus. So these are the facilities given by the cloud. Along with that, Google also provides around 50% discounts on free certification for free of cost. So it means that so some of the courses are free totally, and some of the courses they give a 50% discount. And if at all, if you ask me the question, what are the benefits for the faculty members? So for the faculty members, there are many benefits. Whenever a Google conducts events, it invites the faculty members to participate in the event, and they becomes like an ambassador for the institution. So faculty can also take up courses which is totally free for faculty members. Basically, what they're doing is, see, you know that training the students, training the employee once they join to the industry, it requires lots of cost. But when they train the students, when they are on the campus, it becomes easy. Keeping that in mind, what the Google does is it gives lots of free courses, lots of information to the faculty members. The faculty member in turn will train the students so that they'll be clear all the certification, they'll be ready to use in the industry. That is the objective behind having this particular partnership with the institution. This is about the Google Cloud Career Readiness Program. So not only the Google provides cloud-related courses, there is as I said, even Amazon also provides lots of support to the institution through AWS Educate. So if you ask me what are the benefits of having this AWS Educate, so Amazon gives around $75 AWS credits for students to access their web services and learn more about cloud configuration. So it means that, as I said, Google provides courses, whereas Amazon in advance, which gives around $75 as a credit, where a student can able to log into their cloud, they can access the information, they can send their information, so that it becomes a kind of learning practically by each and every students using this program. And also, so you know that Amazon also provides, AWS also provides, you can train your own ML model, and you can store your data, and you can access also data from the cloud. So when I say you can train your own model, you know that sometimes training an ML model takes lots of time, as well as sometimes you might not find the resources which are available on your system. So in that time, it is better to go for an Amazon-based, cloud-based model. So the advantage of trying your model on the cloud, so you know that once you train your model, it is available on the cloud. So the simple thing is, whenever you want to use that particular model, you can easily use it. The only required thing is internet. So if you have an internet, easily you can access your trained model so that it becomes dynamic to use it. So these kind of environment will create the students to learn more about cloud things with respect to the AWS concept. And also, as I mentioned earlier, Google also provides certification program for the student. Even AWS also provides a certification program which provides around 50% discount for all AWS certification. And also it provides free ML and AI APIs to related the hands-on project, and you can create your own project for the partnered institutions. So students acquires more skills on cloud related things so that they'll be ready to use in industry. So as I mentioned, so even Google has also provides, say, you can say that the some of the resources for faculty members. AWS also provides lots of resources for faculty members. So if you ask me specifically, AWS provides an AWS ambassador who can connect to the global community and special privilege to the learning materials. So I mean to say that once the faculty becomes an ambassador, the faculty has a responsibility of running this courses and following up the students, how the students are progressing, whether they are clearing the certifications. All those things will be taken care by this AWS ambassador, and also the faculty members will get lots of support for completing this course and certificates. Okay. Now I spoke about AWS. Not only that, Microsoft, I'm to say that the AWS and you can say that Google. Also, even for that matter, Microsoft also provides the kind of support called Microsoft Azure for students. So Microsoft provides free access to the cloud, and using this Microsoft Azure, so the students will be able to learn about more how the things will happen with the cloud when it comes to the Microsoft. Similarly, you can say that Microsoft also conducts Microsoft Imagine Cup, where a student is going to participate. You can say that an event where you can able to you will have a coding and collaboration and competition where the students will be able to showcase their talent, how they can use this environment so that they'll be ready to use in industry. And also there is a concept called Microsoft Student Partner Enable. So what is mean by Microsoft Partner Enable? It means a student, as I said, in AWS you have an ambassador for faculty. Similarly, for a student in Microsoft, you is a kind of an ambassador. So he gets lots of support from Microsoft to learn about many things which happens in the industry. In turn, he comes back to the institution, and then what he does is he will share those knowledge to their friends and the juniors. So then it creates a kind of learning environment in the institution, and he or she will be trying their juniors on cloud related with respect to the Microsoft is concerned. So along with that, the Microsoft also provides lots of facility for the faculty members to take up the courses, and also Microsoft gives discount for their certifications also. So these are the main things related to the cloud which we have in our institutions. So the three cloud supported academic partners are AWS, Google, and Microsoft. So if you ask me to summarize the benefit of these three academic alliance program, so basically what it does is you'll make your students ready. If you want your institution to be ready for industry, what you need to do is you have to take some initiatives like you must guide your students to take up the online courses, and there should be a bunch of faculty members who are able to identify the required course by the industry. They need to interact with the industry, how you can make your students to ready to the industry, and how you can identify the required thing by the industry. All those things should be initiated at the institution level. If you could able to do all this initiation at the institution level, so it helps the students community to be ready for the industry use. So for that matter, in our institution, the faculties have guided, few faculties have taken lots of initiatives and guided students to clear some certification like cloud engineer, solution architect, DevOps engineer, cloud platform developers. All those certifications have been cleared by our own students because of the many faculties have supported them. Even the faculties have taken the online courses. They have also cleared the certification. They have interacted with the industries. With all these things, we could able to achieve many things on the cloud. I'm happy to mention that two students from our department are the first to clear Associate Cloud Engineer certification from India under Google Cloud Career Readiness Program. So these are the things with respect to the cloud is concerned. Okay, so coming back to the next academic alliance about Oracle. So you know that Oracle also provides an academic support like Oracle Academy. So basically, when I say Oracle, the first thing will come to our mind is the database and Java. You know that for a student to know about database is much more important being an IT student or an IT guy. So when you go to the industry, you should be familiar with how the data will be sent, how the data will be retrieved. All those things should be known to the students. For that, Oracle provides lots of academic support, which gives free teaching resources, including curriculum. They bring the teaching, the learning resources into the in the institutions, and also it supports many technologies like cloud technology, practical environment, and much more things will be brought by Oracle into the institutions. So Oracle also gives free training opportunity for the faculty members. The faculty can in turn get trained, and then they will train the student community also. So you know that Oracle will not will stop only with this. It also provides open software like Oracle, Linux, VirtualBox, LastFish, and PLSQL. Many more things will be provided by the Oracle. And the benefit of having this Oracle Academy is that students will get discount for their certification program. Faculty will get free certifications, and also partner institution will be recognized globally, and the students can able to show their completed programs on their resume. These are the benefits of having the Oracle Academy. So coming back to the next alliance program is about VMware IT Academy. So you know that when I talk about VMware, it's about virtualization. So you know that earlier days you had, for example, Linux will have a different machine, Windows will have a different machine. Now that is not the scenario now. So for that, what the VMware supports is we'll have a virtualization concept. I mean to say that on a single system or a single server, we'll have a multiple things you can have it on a single server. So you can have, if a person wants to have a Linux environment, will be provided Linux environment. If a person wants to have a separate physical kind of thing, that will be provided by the you can say that the virtualization. So the server itself are having a virtualization concept. Each and every will be feeling as a separate entity, a separate physical device. You know that practically it is not going to happen. It is like a software will take care of all these virtualization. So VMware also provides lots of opportunity for the institution, like they provide technologies to upgrade students to upgrade the technology, which is used as concept of virtualization. Many other technical skills will be upgraded by the VMware by providing the courses at the institution level. If I'm not wrong, in the earlier 2012-13, the VMware has introduced 2 courses at the VQ level, where students can able to take up those courses. For those courses, to clear the certification, VMware has charged very nominal charge. So this particular certification is identified very globally, so that they'll be ready to use in the industry where you'll have a virtualization concept as well as the cloud-related industries. So more onto this. So VMware also gives certification like associate, professional, and certification. For the advanced level, they provide the concept of virtualization and cloud computing certifications also. So these are the basically 6 different academic alliance programs which you have taken initiative at our institution level. So not only these programs, there are many other programs are there. I think I've covered only few of them. In the coming webinars, we'll be focusing on more on other IT related or non-IT related academic alliance programs also. I hope in this particular things I could able to cover almost all the facilities given by the various industries like Google, Amazon, Microsoft, VMware, Oracle, and GitHub. So these are the benefits of having these programs. So, and coming back to the next thing is about I'll be now to answer few question answer which has been raised by viewers. Let me check few questions and let me answer few questions. Because of the time constraints, I would not be in a position to answer all the questions. I'll be now to answer few questions which has been raised by the viewers. Let me look into the questions. Few have raised the question. The first question raised by one of the viewer is it says that how this academic alliance program will help during the situation like COVID-19. Now, answer to this question, I hope most of you have experience with this COVID situation. Now, myself, I've experienced that during the lockdown period. I've been asked to give some, you can say that documents by my higher ups. So that time I start searching for the documents in my system. I could not find the documents in my system. Then I realized that those documents are in my office. Then at that time I was not able to access those documents which are there in my office documents. Then I realized that I could have stored these documents on the cloud. You know that on the Google will provide a kind of support for cloud. So if I'm not wrong, Google will provide say Google Drive where you can keep all your related documents on the cloud. So it supports you to access at any point of time. So basically, what I mean to say is that if among all these programs, I would suggest you to consider the cloud-related partnership, which helps the students to be ready in the industry. Because you know that most of the industries are now looking for the person who is ready to use in industry with related to the cloud is concerned. So that is what I would suggest you. It doesn't mean that cloud is the only domain where you can place your students, but also there are many opportunities are there. But at this situation, I think cloud is one platform where you can showcase your students' talent to the many industries, so that industry will be allowed to have students who are being trained on cloud-related domain. So I hope I have answered to the question. Let me check out the next question. Question is question in my presentation. So I said you must have an active person in your department, or I mean that not only one person, you must have a bunch of people in your department who must look into the need of the industry. I mean to say that every day they should look at what are the needs of the industry, in what domain I must train my students, what are the support given by the industry to the institutions. Those things you must keep on watching. And then also you should say that you should identify such programs, or you should link such programs to the institution. You should bring people to the institution, and you should see that with the support of your management, with the support of your principal, you must be in a position to create a kind of environment where it will help the students community to train with the required domain or the skills by the various industries. This will help the both student institution to place the students into a better company. Now, basically, what you need to do is you must continuously watch what are the needs of the industry, what are the benefits given by each and every industry. Then how can I bring that things to the industry? That is most important. So, and also not only that, you have to follow it up. So there are many industries. Not only these 6, there are many other industries gives lots of support, which help the institution to go at a higher level. So that's what I can answer to this particular question. So benefits of certifications. So somebody has raised a question, what are the benefits of having the certification? I hope I have keep on mentioning those benefits in my presentation. I mentioned that. So if a student has cleared a certificate, so they are ready to use in industry. It means that sometimes you could have observed that those who have experienced the courses in Coursera, they conduct a course wherein which a student has to have a practical experience. So not only the practical experience, you will have how to check other development also. For example, in Coursera, in order to complete a course, you will have a you can say that in assignment wherein to develop an application. That application should be reviewed by 3 other the people who have taken the course also. So it means that it will create a kind of a learning environment there also, so that the students will come to a better understanding of how things will happen in the industry and what are the challenges they face during this review process. And also the students will become ready to use in industry when they do lots of certifications. So I'll tell you, if a student having 90% in aggregate in their curriculum, and the students having an average percentage in their curriculum, but having lots of online courses, lots of practical exposures, will have more opportunity to join industry rather than having only the academic credentials. So that's what I say. That's one thing. And the second thing is, so once you take these certifications, you will get lots of hands-on experience and you will be identified globally. As I mentioned earlier, few students of our department have used GitHub to develop their applications. Because of these developed applications, they have been identified to participate in Mozilla Fest event because of their idea. So that's how it helps the students who work in a collaborative environment. So for the faculty, the question asked is how it helps the faculty members. As I said earlier, the faculty members becomes an ambassador. I'll tell you, to be frank, not the students. Here the faculties are the most important thing in driving these courses or driving these certifications, or in the other way you can say that all these interaction with the industry will happen only with the help of the faculty members rather than the students. I won't deny that students also are important, but at the same time, faculties will play a much more important role rather than the students. The reason is, see, today the students will take up a course, but sometimes they drop the course in between. So there is a need of the faculty members to drive them, to take them to reach their destination. For that, faculties play a major role. For that, AWS provides an AWS ambassador, and also Microsoft also provides for that. For that matter, Google also provides that. And we're happy to mention that one of my colleague by name Mr. Sachin, for his contribution, Google has invited him for a Google I/O which was conducted in US. So after he come back from that event, he has created a lot of initiation at the institution level that has helped our most of our students to clear the certification. Because of him, now many faculties in the department also start thinking about in that direction. So I mean to say that if a faculty initiates, then many faculty will start working on that. Basically, faculty plays a major role. The faculty gets lots of learning materials. I mean to say that, so what students get much more than the faculty will get. Now, to be frank, faculty play a major role in driving all these courses, or I mean to say that all these academic partners will happen through the support of faculty members and the department and you can say that the management and principal. That's what I say. Basically, the institution will get global recognition. So I mean to say that if you have a GitHub in your partnership in your institution name will be recognized globally in their official website. I mean to say that. Similarly, for other academic partnership also, your name will be identified globally. So assume that your name of your institution identified globally. It means that indirectly, many people will look at your institution, and indirectly it will increase your placement opportunities, and indirectly what it does is it will improve in all respect. I mean to say that. So industry will come to the campus, the recruitment will happen, the parents will be happy, the industry will be happy, everybody will be happy, most of your stakeholders will be happy to come to your institution to join, to make them their wards to join your institution, also to make the industry to come and recruit the students also. So there are many questions. Let me take one more question. How MOOC courses help students? So you know that this massive online courses will help the students outside the curriculum, not only with respect to the curriculum, they learn outside the curriculum also. So because most of the courses are free sometimes, and even for that matter, MHRD has taken lots of initiative, ACT has taken lots of initiative to make the students to learn online. We have SWAYAM, then we have other online courses where you can use those online courses to complete the certifications. See, having 10 to 15 certification by a student, it's a 100% opportunity for the students to getting very good company. So once you do all these MOOCs or any online courses, students will get lots of hands-on experience, so that they'll be ready to use in industry. That is the target of all these online courses, all these programs supported by industry to the academia. Basically, what it does is it reduces the gap between industry and academia. So let me check out any more questions. Okay. Now, coming to the see, if you think that this programs will help only the students who come to the their department, no. Not only that, the students being in first year, there are lots of advantage for the students to be in first year. So, for example, in our institution, in our department, we have an open source lab. This particular lab has been open for 24/7. I mean to say that there is no restrictions for students to getting into this particular lab. So they can walk into this lab at any point of time. So it created a lot of collaborative environment in that particular lab. The students of second year, third year, fourth year will help their juniors, and because of that, juniors start participating in many events. Like especially they have participated in Smart India Hackathon. Being in first year, they started learning new languages with the help of the seniors. So there are, I mean to say that they started learning in this collaborative environment, and you believe it or not, students who joined first year, they started having their own GitHub account. So it is very much happy to have an GitHub account in the first year. In turn, assume that a student having GitHub account in the first year, he keeps on adding his developed application in the repository. Automatically, his profile will improve. Automatically, when it comes to the pre-final year or the final year, lots of applications have been developed by one student that will help an added advantage to the students when they come to the final year or a pre-final year. I mean to say that the benefits, it's not only for the student, it is for the higher semester student, it's also for the first year. From the day one, you can start using it. So I'm sorry, because of the time constraints, I cannot answer all your questions. I hope most of the questions I have covered in my presentation. I could able to answer 3 or 4 questions. So let me move to the conclusion part. So to conclude this particular webinar, I say that having partnership with the above mentioned various industries, I can say that it helps the student community to learn in a collaborative environment, and they'll be having learning about lots of practical tools which are used in the industry. And as I mentioned that they get lots of globally recognition by the many companies, and they have been invited for many international events. Faculties have been invited for the many events. So like that, many opportunities are there for the students when you have these programs on your campus. So to help the students community in our institution, I'm happy to mention that with the help of our management, principal, and with all my colleagues, we have created a very good learning environment in the department, having various labs and clubs, as I mentioned, OSL, Google Developers Club, Untitled Student Chapter, and many more have helped our students to have many more certifications when they are on campus. And you could have observed that 2 days back, there was an article in the newspaper. They were mentioning that what is the opportunity for the A and ML graduates. So I'm surprised to see that the requirement is around 2 lakhs plus. And it was mentioned that the graduating in 2021 is around 90,000. If you see the gap, it's around 1.1 lakh opportunities are there for AI and ML. If you ask me whether you have such a huge trained, skilled students with you, yes, I can say that we have in our institution, because having all these programs in your campus, so it definitely helps the students community. It definitely helps the people in and around your place, so that they can start using these facilities. In turn, we'll all together helping the society. And also, I'm surprised to see in the paper that one of the professors from Triple IT Hyderabad mentioned that there are programs supported by Google, Amazon, and Microsoft, are the programs which are helping the students community to learn about all these skills required by the industry. As I mentioned, we have already created all these environment in our department. So I hope these things will be taken by the other institutions also. And also, so in future, my colleagues will be talking about more opportunities for ITs as well as non-ITs at your institution level, so that you can take your institution to a greater height, which help the institution, students, and management, everybody, and stakeholders to have a happy life. So I hope this session was informative to you guys, and thank you everyone. And I thank my management, principal, and my colleagues for their support in conducting this webinar. I hope all of you have enjoyed this session. Might be in future, we look forward for your support in conducting such kind of webinars. I'm free to help you, or if you have any queries, you can send me the queries to my mail ID, that is ravikumarb@vvc.ac.in, or to hodcs@vvc.ac.in. So to conclude this particular session, so I would suggest you take these programs very seriously. So because of that, our students have cleared many certificates. So almost we have cleared around 6 certificates at our institutions, which are come from various academic partners companies. Similarly, I hope these programs will help your students, faculty members to improve in your institution also. So once again, I thank you one and all for your patience listening. Thank you one and all. So thank you.